Hi everyone, my name is Danny. Welcome to another video here on Danny's Corner. My name is Danny, and today I want to talk about dating and social media. A few years back, I remember going through Netflix, and I'm going to use the terms watch and see, and I know some people in the comments will go, "You can't use see nor watch. You can't see. You're blind." I can use whatever I want. And I haven't heard of the language police yet. So that's what I'm going to use. If you don't like it, then I don't know. Too bad. Okay, so I was going through Netflix a few years ago when I found this show called Love is Blind. And it was basically, if you've watched the show, it's about these people that are put into pods. They're like these little, I want to say cubicles or rooms, and they each the opposite sex is put into two different wings. So I believe they're in the same building but two different wings, and somehow they talk to each other when they come to these pods or whatnot. And it's called Love is Blind because they're not able to see each other. They're able to talk to each other somehow. I believe the walls could be really thin, but it's that basically. And so these people go through what I would call a modern version of speed dating, blind speed dating. So, you sit down with a person for 5 or 10 minutes and you decide within those 5 or 10 minutes if you like the person or not. Not by seeing them, but just by talking to them. And then obviously you talk to them some more, and you get to interact with each person of the group until you find your match. And then toward the middle of the show, you meet the person, and I don't know, you go on a date or real date, and one leads to the next, and some people get married, some people separate, some people find out that they're not good for each other, and it's a really interesting concept. So that's how I enjoyed myself during the pandemic. So, but let's talk about, I want to say real life, but this is real life. This is what this show was based on. Um, Believe it or not, I've known some blind people to do this online, by the way. So they'll talk to a person on the internet, and I'm specifically going to talk about the blind community as that's what I know. And just as a disclaimer, I am not part of the blind community, and I will get into that in another video. But I'm not part of the blind community. In other words, I'm not one of these people that likes to keep up with blindness related topics or their struggles or anything like that. Not because I don't care, but a lot of times I feel that there's a lot of drama involved. So anyway, but let me talk about the dating and social aspect of this. So a lot of blind people, regardless of where they're at, they find themselves alone. And as I have talked in other videos, it's because of the upbringing. It's because they have not been exposed to society that much. I'm talking about the sighted community. And they're only exposed to TV, what they see on TV, what they hear on the radio. Now that there are screen readers and speech synthesizers, it's more than obvious that they also experience the world through the computer. And, you know, wherever you go, the truth is that you're going to find that not a lot of blind people walk around your average city, be that Chicago or Los Angeles. There's a bit more. Phoenix, Houston, Minneapolis. Yeah, they're just not out there. And so finding a blind person is kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack. I'm giving extremes here, but that's how rare it is to find a person who's blind just going around and about, because a lot of them are with their families, and the only way they go out is with their families, and they're not able to, maybe not only not able to, but they have not had the chance to get to explore their surroundings, because, as I said before, nobody has given them that chance. They have been doomed from the beginning just by what their parents thought about blindness in general. Anyway, so when it comes to the social thing, you meet a blind person. There are special chat rooms or communities where blind people congregate, and they speak about things related to blind people, like screen readers and technology for the blind. And there's even dedicated servers where they can talk about whatever, movies and descriptive video and a lot of other things. And so that's how that's how they meet and become friends, and they exchange Facebook, which I do want to mention a little bit later on when it comes to sharing information online. And yeah, so they become best friends or friends, and you know, it's rare, but it does happen where a blind person does go to another state to meet the other blind person, and it's just wild. And a lot of blind people also belong to one of two major organizations, and they both have conventions, either nationwide or locally. And those are the American Council of the Blind, or ACB, and NFB, National Federation of the Blind. And they do these conventions at hotels, and you would be surprised at how much sexual activity and other things go in these locations. That's not said by me, that's said by other people that I've spoken to who have gone to these conventions, and who've perhaps participated in some of the parties. So yeah, we're no different as a community than the sighted community. There are blind people that like to party, who like to do drugs, who like to engage in other activities that some may deem inappropriate, vulgar, etc. Just so you can get a taste of what that may be like for a blind person, I encourage you to watch the movie Ray. It's based on Ray Charles, the singer. And yes, that's his true life story. Some things might have been altered or edited. But yeah, another book to read would be, so that's the film, but he also wrote a book. It's called Brother Ray. And he basically talks about the same thing: his growing up, his belief, him doing drugs, the children that he fathered, and all of that stuff. And again, a lot of that stuff is in the movie itself. So it's just a glimpse of what blind people are able to do or capable of doing. So anyway, to wrap this up, when it comes to dating and social context, I believe that it's just another way of, in my humble opinion, it's not real love. You're seeking that, right? When you interact with others, you're seeking that when you want to meet this person but can't. But understand that this wouldn't be happening if these people were given the chance to explore the communities by themselves. But maybe their families are ashamed. There's just so many things that happened. And unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done if the families don't want that, or if the blind person is not comfortable with exploring other avenues because they're just not interested in what sighted people have to say. And that's the most important thing. If you, as a blind person, want to know what's out there, want to experience new things, you have to get out of your bubble. Computers should not become your whole life. They're a way for you to get information, to explore the world. TV is a way to explore the world, to get information. The radio is, your phone is. But there are other things that you should take a part in. And you're not going to be able to do that if you don't go out and if you don't start socializing with sighted people. I'm not saying that socializing with people who have disabilities is bad, but that shouldn't be your outlook or your thing in 10 to 20 years. There's more of this world that you have to see that sighted people would be able to show you. And by the way, you could show sighted people, when you interact with them, the things that you can do. And in that way, both of you can start building a bridge to better communication. At first, you will have one friend who's sighted, then 2, then 3, then 5, then 100, and you'll be able to introduce those people to your blind friends. And together, we will be creating a community. Believe it or not, and this is my last point, I have mostly sighted people as friends. Again, that's mainly by choice, because I have tried educating blind people and they just don't want to receive the education. So I hope that I have answered your question as best as I could. Just to summarize, what these blind people are experiencing when they are attracted to someone or say that they are in love, it's probably not. I would say, I don't know what the number is, but I will say it's probably not. As I don't think they have experienced much interaction with the world. So, but again, I could be wrong. So if you have liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, to share, and to give a like or thumbs up. Also hit that notification button so when I do release new videos, you can actually be the first one to know about it. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.